said, I would like to ask Professor Wole Soyinka and other people, what is this thing about Obi? That means there's something, a goal you people see in this Obi. Because this man did not win elections. And after not winning elections, he's gone about conducting himself, doing his charity, but he's still the main point of conversation. So, kini gan pa Obi yi?
What does that mean?
Kini ni pato ni pa Obi? Because this man, he came to visit you. Afterwards, we all know how the visit went into a big hula baloo. I don't want to talk more about that visit because I was very privy to a lot of things that happened in that visit, and I don't want to talk, for the sake of privacy. But afterwards, he went that way, and you keep indicting him as regards to the conduct of obedience, which are young people that have a right to react. What about the people that, did ethnic strife? What about the people that carried Oro in elections in Lagos? Professor Wole Soyinka has not said anything about that. What about people that were beaten? Professor Wole Soyinka has not said anything about. What about people in Ikota that were beaten? All of a sudden, Oro came out because of election. He's not said anything about that. But this thing is always about constantly Obi. And when we ask him to comment about the current president, I don't comment after 1 year. Now it's 1 year. Now he should comment. He will not still comment. So what is this thing really? Kini oro Obi yi ni pato? I'm asking, the same man you went a couple of months, you went to call them Bajue and all sorts of,
yeah.
And you think people will not, and when they react to him now,
don't forget that.
You call them fascists and things like that. And this was an election that you only had one side of the story, you were not full privy to.
Yes, but
and there are many things that you should know because Professor Wole is 90 already.
Yeah.
But we will not stop respecting him for the role he plays. I dove my heart for him because when it was time to stand tall, he stood tall in this country, and I say we have a lot of respect for him, but there are some things we say that we disagree.
Yeah.
We can respect you, I disagree with you.
Yes.
So I disagree with him on this.
Yes, I actually, liked those tweets because, May 29, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, 1 year in office. I'd love to hear from him as well regarding, we can't wait. May 29th is coming. We hope that he says something about this current administration because it will definitely speak volumes, especially given the fact that he's constantly criticizing the strong opposition.
I'm one to lean towards Rufai saying, what did Peter Obi do? Because remember, he didn't even come second according to INEC.
Yeah.
He came third. So what you do about the fact that you're just... But let me say that Professor Wole Soyinka is a well-respected elder statesman. His contributions to Nigeria, not just locally, internationally, putting Nigeria on the global map with his writings and other things, is one to be certainly celebrated. However, I think in fairness, in him being fair as an elder statesman, it would be good for him to speak in a way that is objective and across board. Professor Wole Soyinka is from Ogun State, the southwest part of Nigeria. And this is the southwest part of Nigeria, particularly in Lagos State, where we saw an election that was driven largely by, to a very large extent, let me not say largely, but significantly by ethnic slurs and ethnic divisions. And I didn't see him come out to condemn those things in very strong terms, because he ought to be proud of his own heritage, being a Yoruba man himself, and to say, no, we're not going to stand for that. Nigeria cannot survive being divided. Oji, we saw on TV where someone came and talked about Yachukudi. And talked about the fact that, they were going to, if people were told not to come and vote if they looked a certain type of way. I would have expected him to also use the same energy to speak about that. We see vitriol online, not just from the obedience he talks about, but also people who come out to say that, even people in government. Just check on YouTube.
They called me Omuale Yoruba.
Just check on YouTube, the comments. It is saddening to see that we've descended to such a level in Nigeria where the only thing we can use as an attack is the way you come from, where you are, your heritage, and that's why we talk about this whole unity in diversity. So I would expect that he should be promoting the unity of the Nigerian people, and that's why I'm glad that he spoke about the Nnamdi Kanu issue. I thought that brought some balance to that. Yeah. So the obedience, let me not lie, this obedient movement, even though it's couched under the name, calling from Mr. Peter Obi, are young Nigerians who are tired of the way Nigeria is. And so they've come out very strongly to speak against it. And to be honest, for a number of them, they saw something different in Mr. Peter Obi, a new hope, a deviation from the normal. And that's why a lot of people were willing and able to stake their lives, in quote, to support him. So it's not because he forced people or he's acting. In fact, if I would say anything, Mr. Peter Obi has conducted himself very well in the course of this and condemned actions in certain times when it came down to it. So I do believe that he should be fair and should be more in support of
you know, the idea really is that the Obedience are just young Nigerians that are looking for a new wave of good governance. So they are not just supporters of Peter Obi. They really are supporters of Nigeria, wanting good governance.
Well, there's no saying that Prof is a well-respected literary icon. He had an outstanding career. He put Nigeria on the map and is well-respected, winning the Nobel laureate. Kudos to him. But when I listened to that interview and what he said about Peter Obi and the Obedient, it really beats my imagination as per his thinking process. It shows that where you cannot be, you don't know everything. Prof is deficient when it comes to analyzing politics, and that is what Obasanjo said. Yes, Obasanjo said it. Prof is deficient when it comes to analyzing politics. He's good literally, outstanding man when it comes to the literature world.
Wole Soyinka and I have been having a running battle, and he has said it will not end until one of us leave this world. And I have said in this book that you are talking about that if he lives before me, now when I get to heaven, and I hope he will be there, he should welcome me. If I live before him, when he comes, I will welcome him. But Wole Soyinka is a gifted man. I have always acknowledged that. But he's a bad politician or political analyst. And I've also said that. And that it's my own point of view. He may agree with it, he may not agree with it. That's my own point of view.
Listening to him in that interview makes me want to categorize him as an Agbado man. Prof is a Baptist. A Baptist and Agbado man is someone that supports Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and I will tell you why. During the period in review, the campaign proper, the 2023 election campaign, most people will tell you that, wow, Peter Obi is a good man. We love him so much. He has the prowess to turn the Nigerian economy around. But they will not vote for Peter Obi because of his supporters. That's the reason why they choose to vote Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Well, majority of the people that made such statements, you can look at them at the uninformed side of it. I know that is the reason why they were able to make such generalized statements. But looking at Prof, who is an icon in the literature world, making such generalized statements like the uninformed makes me wonder, like it pains me. Now, look at it this way. Peter Obi got 6 million votes in the last election and he was voted by the Obedient. So is Prof saying that 6 million persons insulted him? Is Prof saying that the reason why he does not like Peter Obi is because 6 million persons insulted him? I did not insult him. I've never written anything against Prof on the social media. And there are millions of persons out there that did not have access to the social media. So why is this generalized statement coming from? It's obvious that Professor do not like Peter Obi. And that is a fact. Yes, a lot of persons have said that he doesn't like Peter Obi because of Obasanjo. Obasanjo supports Peter Obi, and Professor has not been in a good book with Obasanjo. He hates Obasanjo entirely. So the support of Obasanjo has made him to become an enemy to Mr. Peter Obi. So whatever Peter Obi does is wrong in the eyes of Professor. So what exactly is the crime of Mr. Peter Obi? Mr. Peter Obi has never insulted anyone. He has never insulted any presidential candidate. He has never attacked the personality of anyone. Even his spokespersons, they have not insulted anyone. But yet, the spokesperson of other presidential candidates have been insulting him, attacking his personality. Even presidential candidates are attacking him. He has never responded. He has maintained his calm, he has maintained his cool. Even when he felt that, the way some of his supporters responded to Prof when he made comments about the Obedient movement, he went to apologize to Prof. But Prof turned around to denigrate that visit of Mr. Peter Obi. What exactly is the crime of Peter Obi? Just like they were saying in the studio, they claim that he came third. How come there's so much focus on a man that came third? How come there's so much talking about a man that came third? Peter Obi is not the president. He does not have any executive power. Why wouldn't they focus on the people that are leading the country? Bola Ahmed Tinubu has run the economy of this country aground. Prof said, I will criticize him after 1 year. Yes, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, 29 May will make him 1 year in office. Prof, we are waiting for you to talk about the achievement of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Talk about what he has done in the country. Can you allow Peter Obi to rest? Peter Obi has never insulted anyone. You don't like him. You don't like Peter Obi. When you look at him speak, you saw this kind of bigotry that is falling out of, and it beats my motivation because Prof is an enlightened man. He's an enlightened man. The obedience they are talking about, the obedient have not harmed anybody, they've not killed anybody. The obedience were the one they were attacked. During the campaign in Lagos, obedience were attacked. During the voting process in Lagos, some obedience were attacked and killed. Prof is yet to condemn that attack. Some persons came online and made a threat. Prof is from the southwest. They made a threat that the Yoruba land belongs to the Yoruba, that if you are not voting for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you are against the Yoruba tribe, you should go back to your country. Prof did not issue a statement condemning such acts. That means he encouraged it. He encouraged it. When people were attacked during the election, Prof did not say anything. Even the government officials, they all made derogatory and insightful statements. Prof did not criticize it. So why is he talking about the rebuttal from the obedience movement? Prof called them fascists. What are you expecting from young people who are aggrieved over the governance of the day? What are you expecting from young people who are aggrieved that they've not been able to enjoy the dividends of democracy? They vented their anger online, and all you did was to call them fascists. And you expect them to clap for you? No, Prof. They won't clap for you because you have a gray hair. They won't clap for you because you're a Nobel laureate. You've refused to conduct yourself in a respectable manner. They see you as an icon. They see you as a respectable figure, but you have refused to conduct yourself as such. This same Prof, 2012, campaigned against Goodluck Jonathan. The fuel subsidy removal that we all experienced the protest in Ojota. Prof led that protest. He was among those that led that protest. Kayode Fayemi has come out to say that that protest was sponsored. Prof, what do you have to say about that? You helped to bring in Buhari that destroyed the economy of this country. What have you done about it? Tinubu has continued from where Buhari left. You are not saying anything about it. All you care about is talking about Peter Obi. Here, Peter Obi, that what exactly has Peter Obi done to you? You should stay on your lane. You are not supporting him. Peter Obi has never insulted you, but yet you are using the activities of people who sometimes it has even been unearthed that some of the persons they use, they hide under the cloak of obedience to insult people so that the obedient can be denigrated. The obedient, they are the only ones that are holding this government accountable. The obedient, they are the only ones that are speaking about the government maladministration. If not for the obedient, a lot of misinformation and propaganda would have been flying around. Prior to the 2015 election, we saw how the president of Nigeria, Goodluck Jonathan, was insulted. We saw how all manner of names were being called. We saw how Prof himself called the wife of Goodluck Jonathan a sheepopotamus. Prof used derogatory words against the president and the wife. We saw how caskets were being carried to display that the president is dead and the president's wife is dead. We saw how people were being mocked when bandits shot people on the train. We saw how they were being mocked. The obedience did not go to that extent. They have never done anything like that. But yet, every day, we keep hearing about obedient this, obedient that. What exactly have they done that the supporters of other presidential candidates like Tinubu and Buhari have not done worst? People have not called them out. They have not been criticized. They've not been reprimanded. But every day, we keep hearing about obedience, obedient, obedient. Despite everything that supporters of Buhari did and supporters of Tinubu did, people still voted for them. Why is Peter Obi's own different? It all shows that it's just because of the person involved. Peter Obi, probably because he's from Igbo. That is the reason why all this thing is coming around. What happened to the supporters of Atiku Abubakar? Look at Reno Mokri every day on social media. Reno Mokri is a known supporter of Atiku Abubakar. Every day on social media, he has been inciting the whole nation. He has been using derogatory words. He has been saying all manner of things. Prof have not called him to order. Daniel Bwala supported Atiku Abubakar. Nice.